interpret that circular that if by midnight today the situation is not resolved, it's a downing of tools for workers in Akwa Ibom State. What's your thought?
Well, I will not agree anything less than what the NLC chairman has said. How do you justify the fact that Akwa Ibom State is one of the crude oil producing states in Nigeria, and petrol, that is the end product of the crude oil, is sold in other states of the federation? Like in Cross River State, petrol is sold at 1,100 to 1,250 per liter. In Lagos State, petrol is sold between 860 to 890 naira, 890 naira per liter. In Port Harcourt, petrol is sold between 1,150 to 1,200. In Enugu, petrol is sold between 1,250 to 1,300. In Abuja, petrol is sold between 850 to 920 naira. In Warri, that is Delta State, petrol is sold between 1,250 to 1,300. And then in Akwa Ibom State, you don't see petrol at the filling stations. The one I saw yesterday, it was between 1,600 to 1,800. That is at the pump price. Then what you are even seeing is the black market, which is between the range of 2,500 to 3,000 naira per liter. Now, let us look at the let us look at the NLC's position. If you are a civil servant, your minimum wage currently is still between the range of 30,000, and you buy petrol. I bought petrol yesterday, 40,000 naira, at the price of 250, because I couldn't get at the pump at the filling station.
250, you mean 2,500?
Yeah, 500 for 40,000.
That's black market.
Black market now. Divide 40,000 by 2,500. You will see that you won't get anything close to 10 liter. Now you are a civil servant. Your minimum wage is 30,000, and let's say you carry your minimum wage and go and buy fuel. If you divide 30,000 by 2,500, you won't get up to 10 liter, and that will not carry you up to 30 days to do your job, to work in the civil service. You're going to work at the civil service every day. You go to and fro. You cannot fly. So I agree completely with the stand of the NLC chairman, or the NLC, not the chairman, the NLC, which the chairman just said. Because if we are to be pragmatic, the NLC said that during the address of the May Day, that the part of what they included was that the governor should address the issue of indiscriminate sale of pump price in Akwa Ibom. I have been here severally calling on the governor to address this issue of pump price being sold at higher than what is approved. Severally, we've done several several advocacies on this. At a point, we had to even call out the governor's the SA on petroleum matters.
Who I interviewed.
Whom you later interviewed and came and gave you the government angle. And I came here to tell you that he wouldn't say anything less than what he was telling you. He himself is selling what they are selling. Is he even selling now? As someone who is the SA to the governor of petroleum monitoring, or whatever you call it, go and check his own session at Atiku. I won't tell you the name. Is he selling? He has also complied with the order not to sell. That is where you start from. This is somebody who is holding the office of the petroleum matter in the state. If others are obeying the order from the petroleum truck drivers and Ipman not to sell, you that is holding the office of the SA to the governor on petroleum matter, you should not even obey that. Rather, you should work towards ensuring that you restore normalcy. What I see today is complete sabotage. The press statement by Ipman came on the day of Akwa Ibom at 37. Why people were in the at the worship center praising God, Ipman had to issue a circular withdrawing all their services in the state. And from that day, from that 37th anniversary event till today, the economy has been grounded. how do you then justify, the action government is taking? So you can see that government is completely not nonchalant with it. Sorry to use that language. I will explain. I will explain why I say so, Ike. The NLC said in May 29, on May Day, Workers' Day, between May and September, how many months? The governor had an interaction where the governor said he was going to put up a task force. I have been here. We have been making about advocacies, calling out the government. You recall I have been here for the past, call it 1 month, over this issue. And there has not been any response. During the governor's 31st anniversary address, while the governor was speaking to us, that warning those who are selling petrol beyond the approved pump price, Ipman countered him by issuing a statement withdrawing all services. So go and look at the governor's address, the time he came, and look at the Ipman statement. You see that they are almost the same time. So don't you see a sabotage in this? When the governor is saying, we are going to sanction. I overheard the news on radio, and it was like making a mockery of the state. The governor has issued a statement, or governor has addressed the state, addressing this issue of, selling above pump price, and they are also airing the Ipman statement, withdrawing services, making sure that there is no petrol station that is selling. So you can now see that the government is completely, the government has been, grounded. Now, what is the genesis of this crisis? Like the chairman of NLC said, 4 months ago, Joint Task Force (JTF) seized some trucks of the petroleum truck drivers at Oron in the Bakar axis. They alleged that it was bunkering and the rest of it.
About 4 months.
About 4 months now. And what has been the effort of the government to resolve these issues? You see, that is why I say that there is a clear sabotage. It completely exposed that people who are working with the government are either they are not, being competent to handle their offices, or they are completely just looking the other way for the people of the state to be exploited. The last statement of the NLC chairman: if you must appoint someone to man an office, the person should not be somebody who is interested in the particular office, in the business. We have several issues. Governor has appointed people who are doing the same trade. For example, now appointing Ike to become a task force to monitor those who are doing broadcasts in Akwa Ibom. Can you monitor your colleagues? You can't do it. You cannot do it. Why do I say no? Why you can't do it is that at the end of your appointment, that is the point. You have to resign your job, right?
Resign my job
Good.
First.
Now,
so I can effectively
even when you resign your job, at the end of your tenure, you go back to meet your colleagues. And even when you do your job in the daytime, at night, your hangout with your colleagues, they will tell you, oh, but that thing you did to us, see, they will give you a different, because you are colleagues, you've been with them for over decades. And after your appointment, you go back to meet them. So the sympathy will be there. You have the divided loyalty. That is the truth about it. So you have to get persons who do not have any business in the petroleum, sector to monitor the activities of those who are doing this. That's what the NLC chairman said. That's what we have been saying. Look at the issue of the trade. For instance, the essay on trade, on whatever it is. Go and see what is happening today in the market. Government has issued order that the market union should cease operating. Are they not still operating? Government has issued order that those who are government doesn't even need to issue an order that the pump price should be sold when you have an essay who should monitor these people and enforce it. That is why I came here and I told you because you see, the state is a civil service state, and we are sustained by private sector economy. That is what sustain or balance the civil service activity in the state. Now, when you cripple the private sector by what is happening today, and the major private sector here are the keke drivers, the minibus operators, the Okada drivers, the market women, the fishermen, the farmers. These are the private sector small scale businesses, small shops here and there, are the ones that are the private sector here that we have. Now, when you now cripple them by way of exploiting them with a fuel being sold at exorbitant prices, and most of them are using petrol in their generator. to run their businesses, the barbing salon and the rest. Those who are doing vulcanizer, he uses fuel. How much will he make at the end of the day? I tried to ask someone who does vulcanizing job, how much do you charge to put air in your tire? The man told me it's 300. And I moved from there to the next person. He said 500. Because how much is a liter of petrol? I pity them. How much is a barber? How much do you pay in the saloon? So these are the things. So now what is happening now is that this Ip Man has crippled the private sector economy. Now you have the civil service now joining by way of the NLC declaring, down tools because of these, issues. So that is why I said it is either people are working to sabotage the state government. If not, the government will not be celebrating its anniversary. And the governor's address addressed a particular matter, the issue of selling of pump price beyond the selling of petrol, beyond the pump price. And while the governor was addressing us in his address, Ip Man came up with a counter statement, withdrawing their services, making the price, even crippling the economy, making the price to go for between 2,000 to 3,000.
Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can get across to the Secretary of Nopeng in Akwa Ibom State. That's Comrade Vitalis, to see if there's been an update. Comrade Vitalis, good morning. Yes, I just got off the phone with the NLC chairman, who has confirmed to us that as at midnight today, if nothing is done, workers will be downing tools until this matter is resolved. Now, comrade, I want to ask you, since the last time I engaged you till now, has there been any update on the matter? You are on live on Passion. Just give me something. Has there been any update? Have you engaged the government, Ip Man, tanker drivers, Nopeng? Has there been any engagement between you people and the government of Akwa Ibom?
Yeah,
arrangements are still ongoing.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been any engagement since that circular.
No, engagement are still ongoing. Even as yesterday, even at today, there's supposed to be another engagement today. So I think.
So you're telling us that there was an engagement yesterday?
Yeah, there was an engagement yesterday.
Can you tell us what was discussed? If there's any solution in sight?
I wouldn't give details to that now because it's still being mature.
Okay. Well, comrade Vitalis, thank you. I'll keep in touch. Thank you. Okay, so there you go, Twigong. I try to engage comrade Vitalis, the Secretary of Nopeng.
You see, he is not the right person to even speak to. It is the SA to the governor.
Well, the SA, I doubt if the SA will take my call at this
Why
point.
I'm saying so? Why won't he take his call?
Well, I doubt that.
No. He should take. No. At this point, this is his purview.
I can initiate.
No,
I can
let me.
initiate a call.
No.
I can initiate.
Please
a call.
do that.
I can initiate
Please,
a call.
this is his time for him to speak.
I can initiate a call.
He should be in the media telling us what is happening.
I can initiate a call.
Please call him. Let him not pick. Let it be on record that you've called him and he didn't pick.
To see if I can get the SA to the government.
He should be the one to be speaking to us, not the NLC chairman or the Nopeng chairman.
Before we conclude, I can initiate that call.
Please let him call him. Let it be on record that you called him and he didn't pick.
Let me try and see if he will take the call. You never can tell.
It is his time to talk to us.
He might just be in the meeting.
Let it be that you call him and he didn't pick.
Hold on, I will initiate that call now. I think I have his call on queue.
No, please call him.
His line is busy at the moment. I'll try to see if I can call him.
It is his time to be on the news.
Okay, so the phone is ringing. I hope he takes his call.
He has to pick it.
I doubt if he's going to.
He has to pick his call.
He might be busy. What if he's having a meeting with the governor?
Ike, let it be on record that you called him and he didn't pick up because it is now time for him to address us. He should be speaking to us. This is his office.
Okay, so we have the essay to the governor. Good morning. Oh, okay. I think he just caught that. I don't know if he did on network. It looked as though he picked it, but I'll call him again. Looks like on your daring.
He has
I
to
hope
speak
he
to
proves
us.
you wrong.
Yes, let him prove the law. He has to pick his call.
Well, I'm calling again.
Please.
I'm calling again. I hope he picks it. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Ike. You are live on Passion FM. I just got off the phone with the Secretary of NOPENG and the NLC chairman confirming to us their withdrawal of services. You're the SA to the governor on petroleum matters. I had interviewed you here before. What is going on, sir, and what is the government doing?
Government is everything to resolve crisis. This man that what has to is started I think on board maybe this September. I've been on this from assumption about it's not a normal thing. It's like just